What is the one thing you need to change or have changed to become the 1%? Let me ask that question again. So I want all of you to think about it. What is the one thing you need to change or have changed to become the 1%? I know the answer to that question is mental resilience. I'm going to explain why using a very, very simple story. On August 29, 2018, the sun's shining, it's a holiday season, you can hear kids playing in the park, you can hear cars driving by, and as for everyone else, it's a very, very normal day. However, for me, it's exam results day. I've been studying 2 years at university, and finally I'm going to get my exam results. I've worked very hard for this, so I honestly can't wait. There's a lot riding on this. If I fail this, I get kicked out of university. So my heart's beating, I get goosebumps on my hand, and the university told me the exam results will be released in the morning. So I look at my email, and the results have been released. However, my nerves are getting the best of me. So what I decided to do is I decided to ignore it. And after each hour, I keep checking my phone, I keep seeing that email. 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12, 1 p.m. And then at 2 p.m. I decided, why am I ignoring it? What is the reason? At the end of the day, if I deserve the result I get, then I got nothing to lose. So I decided to load up my phone. And then I go onto my phone, I refresh the university results page, and as I'm refreshing it, before I get to the end of the story, I want to talk about who I was and the mentality I had before that moment. I had what was defined as a victim mentality. You may ask, what does victim mentality mean? Victim mentality is a belief that something is going to go wrong, or the belief that someone is a victim. And that's the mentality I had. The reason why I had that mentality was because of a number of reasons. I wasn't the tallest, I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the fittest, I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the best looking, and I didn't have a lot of friends. So because of that, I would always think to myself that the reason why I wasn't selected for everything in life and why I always had a disadvantage was because of that list and many more things. And as time started going on, it kept affecting me more and more and more. A great example was the basketball team. So the school basketball team had trials, and I tried out and I tried to get into the team, but all my friends got picked except me. The reason why I didn't get picked, I thought, was because I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the tallest, I wasn't the person, they didn't like me, and a number of other things. Maybe because I was maybe a bit too short for basketball, maybe that was the reason I didn't get selected. But those were all the reasons I thought to myself. However, the truth is, I shouldn't have thought like that. The main reason why I'm saying this is because did I do enough drills? Did I train enough? Did I play my teammates enough? And I didn't do any of that. However, at that moment, my vision was not looking at that. My vision was looking at everything else. The person who I was, the way I acted. Maybe I needed to be friends with this person to get into the team. And because of that, that's always defined me. Throughout GCSE and A levels, I barely got past GCSEs. I barely got past A levels. I barely got past first year of university. And this was a pattern that was going on throughout my life. So what I decided to do was I decided it was time to look at my results. I opened my phone. I'll be honest, at this stage my hand is shaking. And as I go onto the university website and I open my phone, it said I failed. A deep depression came in, and a deep scare came in. The reason why I was so scared and fearful was because I'd been kicked out of university. I spent so much money, 9K each year on a degree, which I didn't even get. What a waste of money. What am I going to do? That was the only thing I could think of. And honestly, as the days went past, my depression kept getting worse and worse and worse. The fear of not knowing what I was going to do. The fear of not knowing what direction I was going to do. That was all messing with my head. what I decided to do was I decided to watch some motivation videos on YouTube. And as I watch motivation videos on YouTube, I realized that sometimes I get good, I get a bit motivated, but then it will always dip down. Until I started listening to Jockowillink. Jockowillink is very well known for his perspective on extreme ownership. And after watching his videos, I decided I need to take responsibility of my life. I understand I went through a lot of hardships as a child. However, I need to take ownership of my situation right now. So what I decided to do is I decided to look at my university degree. During my exam season, did I work hard enough? No, I didn't. Did I go out with friends? Yes, I did. Did I stop drinking during exam season? No, I didn't. So if I didn't put the work in, why did I think I deserve a degree? At the end of the day, the world doesn't work like that. But that was the perspective I had. The perspective that I deserved to pass even though I didn't do the work. It's just as simple as that. And I realized throughout my life, all I've been doing is not taking ownership of anything in my life and asking everyone else to give me what I felt like I deserved. But I didn't deserve it. The next step was I've owned up to my past and my past mistakes. But what am I going to do now? What is a change I'm going to create? And that was something that was running through my mind. So what I did was I knew I wanted a degree, no matter what the cost. So what I did is I went to every university and applied to every university to retake my year. I applied to nearly 100 universities, and the primary response was, "Thank you for your application. Unfortunately, we've decided not to accept you." And this went on and on and on. And every single time bad news came, my heart would sink a little bit more. So what I decided to do was I decided to keep going, even if my heart was sinking every single time. And luckily, unfortunately, London South Bank University came to me and accepted me with open arms. And honestly, it was one of the most relieving days and one of the best days of my life. But I knew the job wasn't done. I was never ever going to let an opportunity like that ever let go. And what I did was every single day I studied hard. It didn't matter what day it was. I'd come home, sit in my room and do the work. Come home, sit in my room, do the work. Didn't go out with friends. I stopped going out all the time. And because of all of that, I started getting the results I deserved. And luckily, I was able to achieve the degree that I always wanted. And with that led to my job. Look at me. I was a failure, a dropout, going nowhere in my life, and a victim. But what I did was I took ownership of everything. I took ownership of my life. I took ownership of who I am as a person. As I said before, I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the bravest. However, I took ownership of what had happened to me. I took ownership of what can happen now. And I took ownership of my future. The real question I have for you is, are you still going to look at yourself as a victim? Or are you actually going to become the hero that you always knew you were going to be? By simply taking extreme ownership. Thank you. And I hope to see you guys soon.